Pangolins are a mammal. They give birth to live young, they suckle, so they're part of the mammalia family. There's a number of things that make pangolins very interesting. They don't have any teeth, so they're not able to chew. They have an incredibly long, sticky tongue, which they use then to insert into termite mounds and into ant holes, and then actually gather the ants and the termites up that way. Their tongue is around about 16 inches or 40 centimeters long. They also have incredible front paws that they use then for digging in and breaking the earth in these termite mounds to get into the center part in order to get to the termites. A single pangolin can consume anything up to about 7 million insects per year. So they have quite a voracious appetite. And of course their scales. Oftentimes people then sort of have these questions around what are they? Because they look at these scales and they look almost sort of prehistoric. So essentially, those plates are just very tightly wound together hair. It creates like a bit of an armour plating on the outside for them because they curl up into a tight ball, and so then only the scales are outward facing in order to avert any danger. Pangolins are actually quite widespread. They're found through the greater part of sub-Saharan Africa, all the way through from sort of forests down to savannas. There are also species of them that are found in Asia as well. They're a predator of, like I said, ants and termites, so they form a really important service within the ecosystem because they help in contributing to regulating insect populations. And also by their behavior of excavating burrows, they actually affect the soil processes, including turning over organic matter and aerating the soil. They're essentially little gardeners. The illicit trade in them. Pangolins have gained a notoriety for their scales within certain markets, and that is having a devastating impact on their numbers. And then another factor is also sort of their habitat loss. Pangolins are incredibly difficult to keep in a captive situation because they're such specialized feeders. They are prone to stress as well. The best thing to do with them is to get them back into the wild as soon as possible because they don't do very well in a captive environment. One of the main things is awareness. I think one of the most challenging things around pangolin conservation is that we don't have the full knowledge of how many pangolins are left in the wild. So I think the biggest thing that people can do is change in behavior in not seeking pangolins for their products and allowing them to be sort of just left in the wild.